Say that's the bigger transfer, is the pickup to life. Um, Assertiveness was big. I was always talented, and when I knew I was good, I would assert myself, but I wouldn't assert myself in like on a level playing field, and I wouldn't assert myself in general. Tolerance to social pressure and willingness to like take risks and risk embarrassment and rejection are absolutely huge and important in like all areas of life. Um, Self-esteem actually is huge. I always had a certain level of self-esteem. My self-esteem always came from competence and accomplishments. So I was always of the philosophy that I believe in myself because I'm good at this or because I put in the work. And actually, if I wasn't good at something, what I would do is I would go practice on my own before doing it publicly. So like, for example, this is kind of one of my greatest victory stories, but you can also look at it as a failure story, is when we were in kindergarten, we learned the game tic-tac-toe. And so all the kids started like making the little grids and putting the X's and O's. What I did, because I was a strange little kid, I went over to the chalkboard and I drew up a grid, and I actually spent about, it didn't take me long, it's a pretty simple game. It took me about like 3 minutes to like come up with like a perfect strategy, like an unbeatable, can't lose strategy, and like actually meticulously figure it out. And then I went over and beat all the other kids. And that's a great like metaphor for like the fact that I'm competitive, the fact I'm analytical, the fact that I care about a result and I know the process. But you can look at it a different way and say it's a negative thing, which is that instead of having fun and playing with the kids and being immersed in the moment and enjoying the game of tic-tac-toe and learning it that way, I went and I was like, I don't want to be embarrassed. I want to avoid ever losing, right? And in tic-tac-toe, it helped me to never lose. But in life, it doesn't work that way. You're not going to get through life never losing. And you have to learn to put yourself out there. You have to learn to take risks. Because if you have to go by yourself and learn in seclusion, you won't learn as fast as if you can learn with other people helping you, or if you can learn publicly, etc. So learning to be willing to like face rejection, learning to embarrass myself and not give a shit are absolutely huge. And learning that I'm not perfect. Because again, you won't have a lot of sympathy for me on this, but I was very talented at a lot of things growing up. I was a smart kid, I was a good athlete, and I had a dad who wouldn't let me be anything short of excellent at the things I did. So I was always in the top few percentiles of the things I did. But because of that, I developed this identity of I am good at things. And it made me really, really not want to take risks. And it made me only think that I had earned entitlement when I was good at something, instead of earning entitlement just because I'm me. Right? So I would always go get good at something to be entitled, as opposed to being entitled and then getting good from there. And in game, you can't do that. In game, you can't go in your like basement and figure out how to pick up the 10 and then go never have a failure. It's something that has to be learned experientially. And so yeah, just getting over that has been absolutely huge for me.